back to get you going for this Teton men's basketball game 4 minutes before we're supposed to get started here on this one, as the Tetons set to go up against Rocky. And the Tetons looking to make it 2 for 2 for Teton home victories here. It is opening night for Teton basketball, or opening home night for Teton basketball. Their first games at the friendly confines of the Well in Williston. And Wilson State looking to have some good work put through. There are some returning familiar faces on the floor tonight for the Tetons, but also some big impact players that are new. The returning players, they'll be kicked off by one of the best big men, not only in the Montauk Conference, but in the nation. And he was up for one of the top 2 big men in the nation statistically wise. And that is number 25, Rex Sterling, the 6'8" sophomore forward from Melbourne, Australia. Joining Rex out there, there'll be a couple of local Montauk kids. One, Williston's own Will Olson, a 6'4" sophomore guard, and number 5, Tyson Aiken, a silky smooth and rocket fast point guard for the Tetons. Aiken showed glimpses of brilliance last year as he could sneak in some of the bigger and lankier defenders and really do some damage. Also, returning in is Richard Massey, the 6'2" guard from Katy, Texas. And Ben Yabi, the 6'2" sophomore from Stockholm, Sweden. Freedom Leon also has been making some big strides, and he is scoring in double digits so far this year. Leon coming from Trinidad. A couple of transfers coming in that should make a splash for this Teton team. Dimitri Kindle coming in from Houston, Texas. He was former from Dawson Community College, so Dimitri looking to make his marks as well. Ayo Oraro coming in, a 6'5" freshman from Trinidad. He was a redshirt last year, came in at the semester break. So we've got a lot of practice work with this Teton squad. And a couple of big-time newcomers. Number 21, Eden Hobbs. He is a combo guard forward at 6'5" from Melbourne, Australia. He was really lights out during that Buster Gillis tip-off tournament. So big-time play from Hobbs, and also Josiah McDonald, and he was the marquee signing for this Teton. He's battled through a little bit of an injury throughout the beginning couple of weeks of this season. Now in front of the Teton faithful, McDonald and the rest of the Tetons looking to get it going. The Tetons come into this game after a little bit of a rough start to their Buster Gillis tip-off tournament, where they went 1-2. They have a 3-2 overall record. They picked up some wins against Minnesota North College Hibbing as well as Minnesota North College Vermillion. Those were 2 big-time victories, 107-66 and 102-65. During that Buster Gillis tournament, they beat Tribes 96-79, and then lost to Dawson and Lake Region. Dawson was 102-79 as the Buccaneers again look to be one of the best teams in junior college in the Montauk Conference, and Lake Region State. That was a barn burner. The Tetons fell just shy, 109-106. Full staff's not available for this men's team, so we're a little bit flying blind going into this one. We'll get you the best we can, and it'll be proof is in the pudding when they hit the court as the Tetons look to lock in here against this Bears team. Rocky Mountain looking to get the job done here tonight, and they'll be looking to use some long-range shooting as they will be at a significant size disadvantage. They are starting at their highest at Finn Walseth, standing just 6'4". So it should be some Tetons having their way with especially Sterling and Leon getting it done down low. They go Sterling at 6'8", Leon coming off the bench at 6'5". Powell at 6'6". Now they're starting off with the starting lineup for Rocky Mountain College. It'll be number 1, a 5'10" freshman guard from Douglas, Wyoming, Nate Hargrist. Followed up by number 5, Carson Post, a 5'10" freshman guard from Chester, Montana. number 30, their tallest player, a 6'4" freshman forward from Saratoga, Wyoming, Finn Walseth. Number 33, a 6-foot freshman guard from St. Regis, Montana, John Goodwin. And running out, number 40, Kyle McDermott, a 6'2" freshman guard from Shelby, Montana. So, forward set. The Bears as they get going. Now the starting line for the home team on the scoreboard. Williston State Teton, a 6'4" sophomore guard from Williston, North Dakota. Number 1, Will Olson, a 5'8" sophomore guard from Powers Lake, North Dakota. Number 5, Tyson Ingram. Number 11, a 6'4" sophomore guard from Wyoming, North Dakota, Ian Johnson. Number 13, a 6'4" sophomore guard from Omaha, Nebraska, Makai Marks. And the big man in the middle, number 25, standing 6 foot 8 inches tall, a sophomore forward from Melbourne, Australia, Luke Sterling. Makai Marks and Ian Johnson started off last year as some rotational players, just getting a few minutes here and there. By the end of the season, they were getting a big bulk of play as this Teton squad, their bench, more athletic and dynamic than their starting 5. We'll have to see their starting 5 as solid as they come, but they have depth for days. We'll have to see how Coach Herman puts it to work as they're getting set to go in the center jump circle. It will be Sterling going up against Pruitt. Sterling with a good 4 inches of advantage, and he is not only as big as they come on the court, he is hungry as ever, and it'll be a quick jump by Pruitt. He got a very spree start. It'll be the Bears who take over. Halquist has it up on top. High post over to Walseth. Looking down low. Nothing there. Swings over to Halquist. Curls around. Marks with good defense. Out up on top to McDermott. McDermott puts it on the deck. Back up to Walseth. He's backing down on Sterling. And there's going to be a three-pointer coming in for McDermott. That is up and good as the Bears take an early 3-0 lead. Johnson up on top. He's going to try. Gets into the paint. Gets it down low to Sterling, who gathers amongst bodies. He's going to block underneath. Back out to Inget. Inget throws it up. No good. Gets his own rebound. Pump fake. Up. No good. Sterling with another offensive rebound, and he'll be fouled. So lots of active defenders down underneath. And lots of contact. We'll have to see how much they let these guys play as it is. Sterling had to work for that. He was rewarded by drawing a foul. That one's going to go against Pulse, his first personal, first team. Rex at the line for the first of 2. First one on the way is going to roll around the rim and drop in there. Tetons on the board, now trail by 2, 3-1, 19-17 left to go on the American State Bank scoreboard. Sterling back to the stripe for his second of 2. He'll put the next one up and on the way. That one is good as well. Sterling, perfect 2 for 2 from the light. Tetons within 1. McDermott working his way up the court. He'll be picked up by Johnson on the timeline. Swings it over on the far wing to Halquist. Works his way down the court. Hands it off to Pulse. Pulse back up on top. Now again to the wing to Halquist. Looks a drive on Olsen. Step back jumper. That one's going to be high off the rim. No good. Pulled down by Sterling. Inget long pass over to Olsen on the far wing. Olsen looking to drive. Has it ripped away from his hands and out of bounds by Pruitt. The Tetons will inbound one more time. Very active defensive team, this Bears squad. What they lack for in height, they make for in effort. Inbound pass over the outside to Marks. Up on top to Olsen, over to Inget. Inget picks up a screen. He's going to drive, and he'll be bumped on the drive. They're going to call a foul on the ground. So the Tetons will have a fresh 20 seconds on the shot clock. We'll see who that foul is going to be on. And that one goes against Halquist, his first personal, second team. Cross screen, gets it underneath the Sterling, lays it up in, and Rex down all for the Teton points. As they take a 4-3 lead here in the first half. Back up comes McDermott. Working again on Johnson. Swing pass over to Pulse. Olsen, who's a very, very crafty defender there in tow. Now in the corner to Halquist. Halquist looking. Gets it up to Rolset. Back to Halquist on top. Drives on Inget. Gets underneath. Swings it into the corner. Three-pointer from Pulse. That one air ball. No good. Pulled down by Rex. He's going to drive the court himself. Hands it off to Sterling. Now to Marks. Marks will slow things down. Back up to Inget. Johnson pulls the trigger. Down range. No good. Marks with the rebound. Everyone for the Bears is crashing down low. Sterling calling for it in the paint. Going to use his sides. Flips it up and in. 2 more for Rex. He has 6 in the first 2 minutes. Back comes Halquist off the court. He'll weave through defense. McDermott giving a little slide screen. Now Inget up on top. They get very quick on the defense, and there's going to be a poke away who they're going to give the ball to. Back to the good guys. Tetons take over. 17:47 left to go. Tetons with a 3-point lead, 6-3 on the American State Bank scoreboard. And now they can look to really grow an early lead here before the subs come in waves for Williston State. Inget pushing up the court. Over to Olsen on the far wing. Looking for anyone open. Sterling to Marks on the far wing. Ian picks up on top. Little shimmy to shake. Jumps it down low. He's going to be stopped underneath. Flips it up, and Johnson gets the bucket to go. The little floater in the paint for 2 more. Now the Tetons up by 5. Inget again locking in on top defense. Halquist will get it over to McDermott, who pushes it up the court. McDermott looking to drive on Johnson. Cut off on the baseline. Mid-range jumper being put up by Rolset. That's no good. Sterling with another board. Inget takes off. Little stutter step as he works his way through traffic. Gaining some space to the baseline. Just about lost a handle. Underneath again to Sterling. Cut off. Underneath. Johnson flips it up and in through contact. And there's going to be no foul on the play. There's going to be a timeout called by the Bears. Tetons now up by 7. 10 unanswered points, and here comes the subs. We'll be back for more Teton basketball here after this short break. Time for a sponsor read here for Teton Athletics. More than 70 years, Expanse Electrical Company has delivered market-leading electrical power and automation expertise built upon a legacy of technology, quality, and craftsmanship. They're confident that they can have the best team in the industry and welcome the opportunity to serve you. They're proud to be a member of the Williston community, and they continually work to build a better future for their community, their craftsmen, and customers. They pride themselves on having one of the most proficient teams of directly employed licensed electricians and automation engineers in the industry. Interested in powering your career? Visit expanseelectrical.com/careers to learn about their openings in the North Dakota region. We're back in play. Under 17 minutes left to go in the first on the American State Bank scoreboard. Bears have the ball. McDermott on the far wing being guarded by Sterling. McDermott on the drive. Fadeaway jumper. That's going to be blocked. Picked up by Sterling. 3-on-2 break. Here comes the run out, and there's going to be a layup through contact. Up and in it goes. That's going to be a basket for Josiah McDonald, his first of the game. As the Tetons look to do some work. 2 more subs set to come in. Marks and Sterling, the only 2 starters still out there on the court. Up on top again, Halquist has the ball. He'll swing it over to McDermott, crossing over on McDonald. Gets it down low, and it's going to be underneath, and there's going to be a travel card on freshly checked in, number 20, Tristan Chappelle. More subs coming in. Richard Massey coming in. He'll be joined out there. Also Sterling coming out of the game. 3-pointer coming up the other way for the Tetons. That's going to be no good. Offensive rebound comes down to the Bears. They'll get it back out. Pushing back up the court. Halquist has it on top of the perimeter. Working away around. Roll set to McDermott. Looking down low. Can't quite find anybody. Here comes Halquist again. He'll pull back out. Try to spread a needle. And that's intended for roll set. It'll be tipped out of bounds. Tilsey in there for this Rocky team. There's now a little bit of a slowdown while they reset underneath the basket, looking for a couple of players to tuck some jerseys in. Inbound play coming for Williston, or for the Bears underneath their own basket. Halquist looking to get it in, trying to find someone open. No one available. They're going to get up on time. That's going to be a take. No, just about stolen away there by McDonald. Loose ball still on the floor. Picked up by Rolset. Gets it down low. A fadeaway jumper in the paint. In and out. No good. Finally pulled down by Demetra Kendall. He's going to have it taken away, and that'll be laid up and in by Nate Halquist. That'll make it a 12-5 game. Pushing up the court is Yambi. He'll get it over to Kendall. Now to Massey. Massey working back to McDonald. Looks for a bounce pass underneath. Turn around, throws it up, and that'll be no good. Couldn't quite pull the trigger for the Tetons as they look to work it around one more time. Tough defense by McDonald on McDermott. Picks up a big screen, and McDonald's going to poke it away, and they're going to call a foul on McDonald. Don't know about that one as the Tetons. now look to lock down on defense a little bit longer. So the Tetons showing some good defensive intensity here early in this one. Williston State now looking to defend. Leon inbound, defending the inbound pass. Up on top of the goal for Rocky. Good recovery by the Tetons. Kindle on ball defense, looking to find someone over on to McDermott. Backing down on Leon, looking to use his shoulder. Leon with a big block. Freedom Leon with a huge block in there. And here comes the Tetons. McDonald lays it up and gets it to drop. 2 more for Williston State. McDermott jacks up a long, wild 3 off the mark. No good. Kindle pulls down the ball and pushes it back up the court for the Tetons. Kindle loses the ball back into the Bears' hands. They'll push it up the court. 2-on-2 break. McDermott again thought about another 3-pointer. He'll take off, lose the ball. He'll hand it back off to a teammate on the perimeter now. It'll be Tilsey in the corner. Looking up on top again for McDermott. McDermott driving, gets underneath on Kindle, force it up, no good. Leon comes down with the board. Freedom coming up big here for Williston State. A running layup coming up for Yambi. That's going to be no good. Back the other way comes Halquist and the Bears. Tries to weave his way through traffic. He's going to lose it on his way up. And that'll be a immediate timeout coming here with 13:50 left to go. We'll have another sub coming in for the Tetons. We'll be back after this immediate timeout. Sent to inbound the ball. Entry pass goes into the corner to find Pulse, who's back in. Pulse looking for 3, nothing there. Good defense by Massey. Up on top, swing pass. Get around along the perimeter. Bears looking to work their way around. Pruitt trying to find something. Halquist swings it back around. Good ball movement by the Bears. Little running floater up and no good. And then comes Hobbs, gets his first run. He takes off to the top of the perimeter. Little ball fake up on top. Yambi now running. Gets in the lane. Little floater for Ben Yambi. Up and good. 2 more for the Tetons. As now they are up 16-5. 11-point lead. 13-14 left to go in the first half. Swing pass over to Halquist along the perimeter. Picks up a screen from Tilsey. Looking to work his way around. Into the corner. Pump fake. No good. Now a 3 coming on the way. That's no good. And there's going to be a 3-point foul coming. And it'll be called on Richard Massey. So it'll be 3 free throws coming for the Bears as the Tetons pick up their just first team foul. Ben Howell coming into the game. He's coming in for Halquist. Inbound play now. Pruitt looking to get it in. Up on top to be tipped away by Hobbs. Hobbs gets down on ball, lays it up and in. Aiden Hobbs with 2 points. His first 2 of the game. Tetons up 13, 18-5. Up on top is Pulse for the Bears. He'll hand it off now to Chappelle. It's out on the perimeter to Pruitt. Crosses over. Pruitt from range, and that is going to be off the mark. No good, and it'll tip off the fingertips of Yambi and go out of bounds. Here with just over 12.5 left to go in the first. Tetons looking to balloon this first half lead as another sub's going to come in for Rocky. Checking out of the game will be Chappelle. Coming back in is going to be number 30, Finn Rolseth. So Rolseth will check in, give some more height down low with Sterling down underneath. McDonald, good defense. Here comes a drive by Howell, cut off, backdoor cut, and that's going to be laid up and in by Pruitt. He gets his first bucket of the game, makes it an 11-point lead for the Tetons, 18-7. Underneath to Sterling, drop step, tries to lay it up, and he's going to be fouled underneath by Rolseth. That'll send Sterling back to the line for free throws number 3 and 4 already in this first half. Tetons likely to feed the big man early and often. Sterling already with 6 points. Chance to add to that here as we're still over the 10-minute mark, over the 12-minute mark in the first half. First one from Sterling, kisses off the side of the rim, no good. Rex will have one more coming. So Rex at the stripe for his second of 2. That one drops in there, so Sterling now is 3 for 4 from the stripe. And a couple more subs coming in for the Tetons. There's going to be a little floater up, no good. Sterling with a big rebound. A long pass will be intercepted, trying to find McDonald. Instead, Pulse with the interception out on the perimeter to Pruitt. Pruitt driving through a little lazy floater that somehow flips in over the rim. He has 4 in the last couple of minutes. Now it's down to a 10-point game. Dodd driving again, lays it up. And Hobbs for 2 more. He has 4 in the game. Tetons back up 13. Eden Hobbs is lightning in a bottle here for these Tetons. McDonald being a harassing defender. Some more good on-ball defense by Massey. Up on top of the goal. Hobbs looking for a gamble defense. They're going to swing it around. 3-pointer coming from Howell. No good. Sterling again with a rebound. McDonald picks it up. Pushes it down the court for the Tetons. McDonald weaves through traffic. Pulls it back out. Fancy dribbling. Looking for Hobbs. Hobbs is going to have it tipped away from him, and they're going to say he just off Hobbs' hand and out of bounds. So Massey will come out of the game. Mackay Marks back in. And Yandi will check out with Carson Hare checking in for the first time. So Hare, another Bondo product on the court for Williston State. Up on top, Howell has it, works it around up on top to Rolseth. And a big 3-pointer with Sterling in his face. Rebound by Hobbs, who will push it up the court. Sterling on the perimeter looking for options. He'll drive baseline himself. Puts it up and in. 2 more for Big Rex. And that will be now his 8th and 9th point of the game. Back down comes Pruitt. He's going to try to do it all. Gets a man up in the air. Kicks it out to Rolseth. Long shot, no good. That's going to be affected. Over it goes to McDonald. Has some space. He's going to lay it up, and he'll be hit in the air. It'll be Josiah McDonald now going to the line for a couple as Johnson and Olsen are set to check back in for Williston State, as well as Tilsey for the Bears. So it'll be McDonald now at the line for a pair. Ready for the first one from the stripe. On the way, and that one is good. So coming out will be Hobbs. And Olsen will be coming in for McDonald. Out of the game is Pulst. And Chappelle back in for the Bears. Next one on the way for McDonald. That one misses off the mark, no good. Tipped out of bounds by the Bears. Tilsey's hand. So McDonald come out now. Olsen back in. The Tetons now get a chance to get some more points on the same possession here. 24-9. Their lead has increased to 15. Still, we have yet to reach the halfway point of the first. Hera set to inbound the ball, looking for someone open. Tries to get underneath the Sterling's going to be poked away. Johnson scrambled for it. Tries to get up to Sterling. Reverse layup, and he's fouled, but it rolls off the front of the rim. But a great reverse layup for Rex Sterling through contact. And he'll go back to the stripe for 2 more. 1 of 2 on his last trip. 3 of 4 overall. Sterling at the stripe for the first. On the way, that one is up and good. Sterling now with 10 points in the game. Chance to make it 11 here with this next one. On the way, and that one is up and good for Sterling. So 2 for 2 from the line for Big Rex. Back up the court. come the Bears. Halquist back into the game. Halquist surveying the defense, moving his way around, reversing directions over to his left. He'll get it over, now back to Halquist, into the hands of Pruitt, and there's going to be out of bounds as it was Pruitt who stepped on the sideline. Pruitt, a very crafty guard. John Pruitt, just 6 foot from St. Regis, Montana. He's been Mr. Do-It-Everything, already 4 points in the game. Olsen has it on top. Harrod down underneath to Sterling, has it ripped away, but it'll be saved by Marks. Back to Johnson. Johnson behind his back dribble. He's being hounded by defenders. Marks has it, rises, fires off the back of the iron. No good. Pulled down by Halquist and Rocky. Back they come up the court. Long pass over to Howell. He's going to drive. Reverse layup up, no good. Pulled down by Olsen. Back come the Tetons up the court. Olsen very crafty. He's working against Pruitt. He's going to get down, lays it up and in. Flying through the air with the greatest of ease is Will Olsen, up and in for his 2 points. First 2 of the game. Halquist back on the wing. Swings it over to Howell. Looking to pick up a screen. Nothing doing. Howell reverses. Now on the wing to Tilsey. Tilsey looking to work on Marks. Marks with a great on-ball defense. Tetons this year have gone man-to-man. They were 2-3 matchup zone nearly all year last year. Halquist with 3. That's soft out of the front of the rim. Here comes a run out. Hare gonna go. He'll rise. Layup up and in. Carson Hare with his first 2 of the game. Tetons now up 30-9. 21-point lead into the corner. Pruitt for 3. That's going to be off. No good. Hare comes down to the board. Has a couple of defenders hounding him. Tetons flips it over to Sterling. Rex lays it up and in for 2 more. He's up to 13. Another timeout coming. There are now 5 players. 2 for the Tetons, 3 for the Bears. Set to check in. Before we step away, we have, I'd like to say, McKinnon Forsberg Law is a proud sponsor of Teton Athletics. Basketball exclusively on the Williston State College YouTube page. Back at the court come the Bears, looking to do some work against the Tetons. They trail 32-9. Halquist has it up on top. He's going to lose the ball. He can't quite get it. He's going to pokes it out of bounds. And to stay with the Bears with some good defense. Dimitri Kindle back into the game for Williston State. Kindle and Sterling, and also Leon back into the game for the Tetons. Back to the Bears. Halquist works it around the perimeter. Crosses over, looking to come open, and there's Will Olsen with shot the passing lane. Just about had a takeaway. We've seen him do that so many times his freshman season. Now starts it again here in his sophomore year. Inbound pass. McDermott gets the ball in. There's going to be a heave at the shot clock expires, and that's going to be a shot clock violation, and that will give it back to Williston State. Concalo into the game for the Bears, yet to get a touch of the ball. Kindle gets it over to Marks, looking down low for Leon, nothing there. Now force it down to Leon. Could be double teamed up to here. Gets a pump fake into the paint. He'll flip it up and no good, but the putback is there by Leon. But they're going to call a foul before Leon was able to put it back up and in. It'll be 2 shots coming for Carson Hare. 2 more subs coming in for Williston State. Back of the first one. Forehand off the back. No good. He'll have one more coming. Out of the game, Makai Marks. Checking in for him is Richard Massey. Tyson Inget also at the scoring table. Second one up for Hare. That's going to be no good. It'll be tipped out into the hands of Halquist. Halquist pushes it up the court. Looking to cross over on Hare. Up it goes to Conkle. Now to Chappelle on top of the perimeter. He'll hand it off back to Halquist. He'll step it back out. Tetons good recovery defensive. They were at a mismatch. Now to Conkle. He'll pull the trigger from deep off the back of the iron. No good. Pulled down by Kindle. Looks to force the issue for the Tetons. Olsen calling for the ball. He'll pump fake. Now to drive. He's going to hang, float. Two more for Will Olsen. He has four in the game. Tetons up 34-9. 7:30 left to go in the first. Long pass over to Halquist. Down the court to McDermott. Looking underneath for Hardy. Nothing open. Pulling it back is Chappelle. Now to Halquist again. Good. Cover defense. And there's going to be Olsen. He's going to take one away with the monster jam with the flush. Super Mario Will Olsen with two more. He's up to 6 in the game. Now to be back. Coming up is Hardy. Gives it over to McDermott along the perimeter. He pulls it. Halquist. Conkle looking, jab step, pulls back again. Great defense by Massey. Up on top to Hardy. 10 on the shot clock for the Bears. They get over to McDermott. He's going to have to force something. Good defense by Kindle. McDermott tries to weave his way through off the backboard. No good. Kindle with the run out. Tetons 3-on-3. Kindle going through. He's going to be fouled as he goes up. That one will be on Chappelle. And Dimitri Kindle will go to the line for two more. Tetons up big and looking to keep it on the pedal to the metal. 36-9 with a couple of freebies coming. Inget said to come back in on the next stop for Williston State. He'll come in for Hare. So a couple of dynamic North Dakota point guards are going to sub in and out for each other. Kindle misses the first one. As now a trio of Bears will check back into the game. Out is going McDermott. Back in his roll set. Checking out Hardy. Coming back in is Howells. And having to get the rim back in where it's supposed to be was Kindle. It looks like the rim was a little bit shaken off its place. That'll be Olsen looking to snap it. See, we may have a little bit of a delay in game here as the rim may have been knocked off its alignment from that big dunk from Will Olsen. The official says, hey, it's good enough, let's go. As Kindle will be at the line for his second of two. Kindle at the strike. That one will be good. 1 of 2 from the line for Dimitri. And now that'll make it 37-9. Back up the court comes Halquist. He'll work his way up the perimeter, picks up a screen from Conkle. Flips it back to Conkle on the wing. Looking to drive, cut off. Kindle with the steal. He's off to the races. No one in front of him. And he's going to go with a dunk. So Kindle there with the jam for Williston State. Back of the court comes the Tetons. Comes the Bucks. Flipping it over to Razor, who has his first action of the game. Halquist driving on Inget. Flips it out in the corner to Howell for three, and Howell will knock down the long ball. Second three-pointer made of the game for the Bears. Rocky trails the Tetons 39-12. Kindle again through the lane, and he's going to be hit in the air, and he lost the ball on the way up. No foul, so the swipe came down on the ball. So now back coming are the Bears, looking to see if they can't salvage the rest of this first half. Under 6 minutes left to go. Halquist picks up a screen, and there's going to be an offensive foul on Ben Howell, moving screen. And that'll be a turnover, giving it back to Williston State here with 5:45 left to go in the first. So Tetons still can add a bunch to this first half scoring. Inget gives the ball over to Kindle. Back to Inget. Looking for Massey up on top. Catch and shoot. Three. Got it to go. Richard Massey with his first points as the Tetons hit their first three-pointer of the game. Long outlet pass to rolls it. He'll drive. He's going to miss everything up and over the rim. Kindle looking to run up the court. No numbers, but he'll spin in the paint. Flip pass over to Massey. Going again. That one's off the mark, no good. Leon with the offensive rebound. Put back up and in. Two more for Freedom Leon. Tetons up 44-12, closing in on 5 minutes left to go. A quartet of Tetons set to check in on the next stop. Will force that. Slip pass over to Conkle. Floats it up in the lane. That one's going to roll in and out. Hit every part of the cylinder before it spun out. Back comes Kindle. Up the court to the near wing. Crossing over on Conkle. He finds a seam. He's going to go. Gets it up and in. And that is 2 more for Dimitri Kindle. Up to 5 points. And the Tetons keep cruising 46-12. Closing in on 4.5. Halquist working around the perimeter. Three-pointer thrown up by Conkle. That one's going to make it from range. Third three-pointer of the half for this Bears team. Inget pushing the issue again for the Tetons. Gives it over to Olsen. Works his way. Drives. He's going to get through. Little flip up. No good. Gets his own rebound. He'll drive it back out. Kindle now from the near wing. He'll cross over. Look for some space to work. Driving on Razor. That one's going to go up and good. Dimitri Kindle's getting to the rim at will. 48-15, still 4 minutes left to go in the first on the American State Bank scoreboard. Pass swung over to Howell on the far wing, dipped out of bounds by Will Olsen. That's a third or fourth tip pass for this Teton squad so far. Lone Teton staying out of the court is Richard Massey. Back in is going to be McDonald, Sterling. Also Hobbs, freshly back out there, as well as Yambi. Inbound pass now coming for the Bears. Rolseth gets it down underneath. Looking to reverse layup. That one is going to be up and good. The freshly rendered John Pruitt. Pruitt so far in the game has 4 points for this Bears squad. Offensive rebound. There's going to be an offensive foul called on Rex Sterling. So a ticky-tack play there for the foul. That'll be the 13th foul on the Tetons, just the first on Sterling. Inbound passes, the Tetons now put on some full court press. Looking to find someone to get it into. They kind of find it over to Razor. He pushes his way up against Hobbs across the timeline. 3:36 left to go in the first, 48-17. Looking for someone to come open. They get it over down underneath. Loose ball. They picked up by the Tetons. McDonald has it, pushing it up the court. Gets it underneath to Sterling, and that's going to be up and good. 2 more for Rex. Rex now with 50 in the first half. Pruitt back at the court, up on top. Working around a long three-pointer coming from Paulson. That one hit from back from Montana as that one goes in there. Long three-pointer now makes it 50-20. Up on top. It'll be Massey driving, hangs, floats, no good. Offensive rebound. Sterling loses it on the way up. Rig gets it. He puts it back up and in. Sterling now with 17. As Pruitt pushes it back up the court for Rocky. Gets to the perimeter, guarded by McDonald. He'll hand it off along the perimeter. Here comes a drive, a float, and Razor will be fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line for a pair. See which Teton is going to pick up the 4th team foul. That looks like it'll go on Richard Massey. So 12 of the 20 points for this Bears team so far in the first half have come from beyond the arc, as the free throw from Brody Reiser is up and in. We'll have one more coming. Next one on the way. That one is good as well, so 2 for 2 from the stripe. Yambi walks the ball up the court, gets it over to Hobbs. Back to Yambi. Sterling on top of the perimeter. He's going to have just about have it poked away. Sterling's looking to drive, spins in the paint, gets it up and going to put back up and in. And the putback is going to be up and in by McDonald, and he helps Sterling back up as Pruitt drives again down on defense. He's going to be smothered by a couple of defenders, and he skitters his feet. That'll result in a turnover. 54-22, now 2:17 left to go in a very fast-paced first half. We've had one timeout and then the media timeouts, and that's been all we've had so far. Yambi, bounce pass over to Hobbs. Pushes it across the timeline. Back to Yambi. Sterling again on the high, top of the perimeter. Hobbs looking to turn the corner. He'll drive, gets down low, lays it up and in. 2 more for Eden Hobbs, now up to 6. John Pruitt now calling out a play, being hounded by McDonald. Gets it across, McDonald looking to see if he can't tap it away. Pruitt looked back at the official, looking for a foul that didn't come. That'll be on the perimeter. Rolseth has it, hands it off Fake the handoff, back to Pruitt. Yambi now on the on-ball defense. Yambi, good defense. Pruitt flips it out to the perimeter. Roll set from range. That one is up and good. Another three-pointer, the 5th of the half for this Bears team. As if they're going to try to climb back, they're going to need the long ball underneath the Sterling, being guarded by Roll set. Long pass out to Yambi. Through traffic, puts it up, no good. Sterling again cleans up the boards, puts it up and in, hoop and no harm. And Rex is doing everything. He gives a big pat on the chest to Massey, who got a shot on his way up. And this is the 3rd or 4th time now that Sterling has just had an easy pickup offensive rebound for a putback, as he is sitting at 19 with 2 free throws in a 58-25 game here in the first half. And Sterling does complete the three-point play. Now 59-25. Big defense by Yambi up on Pulse. Looking to try and poke it away. Pulse having his work cut out for him, trying to get anything to go. Rolseth has it on the far wing. Picks up a screen, working around. Long, deep three-pointer from Pulse. That's not going to go anything. Offensive rebound, easily put back up and in. And that one, we put back up and in. And then McDonald the other way, coming back. Tetons wasting no time. And back comes Williston's. Back comes the Bears. Tilsey on that last back hit, another step back three-pointer. That one kisses off the front of the rim by Pruitt. Tetons save it, a 5-on-4 run. Yambi on the perimeter, over to Massey. Drives, kicks it out to Hobbs for 3. Got it to go. Eden Hobbs with a long ball. Just the second three-pointer of the game for Williston State. Under 30 seconds left to go. Loose ball. They picked up again by the Tetons. Hobbs to McDonald. Left to go. And there's going to be a foul by Pruitt. He stopped short, and McDonald with a hard landing, but he's up quickly. He's all right. Everyone looks to be okay with this one. Sterling gathering all of his teammates to huddle up real quick, make sure everyone's on the same page. A scary fall by McDonald, but he looks to be all right. That was an alley-oop attempt coming from Massey to McDonald. Just about hit a Vince Carter over John Pruitt, and would have, I think, torn this entire building down if he'd been able to get it. McDonald at the line for a pair. First one up and good for McDonald. He'll have one more coming, as the Tetons now up 65-27. Next one on the way. McDonald now goes 2 for 2 this trip from the line. Back come the Bears, pushing it up the court. Is Razor. It's a second gear. Flips it out, 2 rolls, hits on the near wing. Drives, kicks again. Tilsey for 3. That one rattles in there. And another big three-pointer. Massey. And he's going to be called for an offensive foul as he went to drive and lay it up. Now with just 0.6 seconds left to go. It'll be just the 5th team foul on Williston State. As Kai Marks, and that's going to be the 3rd on Massey. So Marks will come in to avoid any sort of disastrous 4th personal foul. Massey looking for a highlight play. He's been hit a bunch of times, and there's going to be a long heat of the buzzer. Good if it goes, and that one was close to banking in from Pulse. And that will be the halftime score. Williston State up by 36 points, 66-30. We're going to step away when we come back, break down the stats that we have. They've had some technical difficulties down the score booth, or at the score bench, so we'll have to see. If not, we'll just have the scoring totals for everyone. We'll be back in a few minutes.
2 of the very starting parking lot. Now get your Bubbles monthly pass.
they lost to the number one team in the country. And they're huge. They're good. So tomorrow night's going to be a different story. We're going to have to be playing with 100%. I know, gotta keep him healthy. He was pretty bummed the way last year ended. Yeah. And he came back because he lost like 10 pounds. He can't lose 10 pounds. Yeah. He just felt he had no strength to have it. Oh, yeah, it wiped him out.
Michael back here. We are at halftime. 4 minutes left to go. Still some technical difficulties down at the score bench. Give you the stats that we have. Take a look first at Rocky Mountain Battle of Bears JV squad. And they have 5 players in the scoring column here at the break. Looking at the scoring leaders starting off for the Bears here in this one. We'll have so we're stats still a little bit off here on this one. So we'll give you the scores that we do have. We have shooting percentages. For the Bears, it's been scoring by committee. No one has more than 4 points. John Brewer with 4. And he's leading the team here at the break. 3 points by Ben Ellis, 3 by Kyle McDermott, 3 from Finn Rolseth, 3 from Aiden Tilsey, 3 from Carson Pulst, 3 from Mateus Conklon, and 2 from Nate Halquist. Also 2 points in from Brody Razor. Looking at shooting for the Bears in the first half, they went 11 for 39 from the field, 6 for 19 from beyond the arc, and 2 for 2 from the stripe. They're shooting 20% overall, 31% from deep, and 100% from the line. Looking at the Tetons this year, they've got leads on scoring. Rex Sterling leads all scorers with 20 in the game. Josiah McDonald, he made a big push late in the game. He has 9. Eden Hobbs also with 9. Dimitri Kindle with 7 points. 6 points from Will Olson. 4 for Ian Johnson. 4 also from Freedom Leon. 3 points coming from Richard Massey. 2 from Carson Hare. And 2 from Ben Yombi. Also playing but not scoring, Tyson Inget and Makai Marks of the Tetons. And been scoring at will. They have a 36-point lead at the break, 66 to 30. Looking at the Teton shooting stats here at the break, they're 27 from 38 shooting for 71%, just 2 of 5 from beyond the arc for 40% from 3, but 10 of 15. That free throw percentage, not what Coach wants to see. Rebounds, the Tetons have recorded 24 total rebounds. Stats say 18 defensive, 6 offensive. Leading the way overall is Rex Sterling, 9 at the half to the Tetons. Looking to finish this one off. They have a huge lead at the break. They're well on pace to hit triple digits here in this one, as they are 20 minutes away from getting their first home win of the season and their first home game of the season. Before we get back to action, with about a minute and a half left to go, one of our thanks our sponsors here for Teton basketball right here on the Williston State YouTube page. Back Resources is locally owned and operated ready-mix concrete, trucking, and sand and gravel producer. Large infrastructure project to your driveway. They can provide top-quality products with uncommon hospitality. Give them a call at 701-664-3500 or 701-664-3500. In addition, if you want to join a growing dynamic team, for different positions from CDL drivers to mechanics to heavy equipment operators. Your focus is serving others and each other. Check them out on Facebook, roacresources.com. Final 30 seconds before we get underway. We start off in this second half of action from the well in Williston. And the Tetons look to be coming out with their starting five again. Sterling, Olsen, Inget, Johnson, as well as Marks. Set to hit the floor for the Tetons. Coming out for Rocky will be their starters as well. Carson Pulst, Rolseth, Halquist. As Tetons started off the ball, Inget has it on the far wing, gets it over to Olsen, rises and fires, and that's going to be off the mark. Long rebound, it's going to be tipped out of bounds by Makai Marks. It will go over to the Bears. Will get their first position. McDermott also out there on the court. And rounding out the starting five will be Rolseth, pushing up the court. Pulse gets it over to Rolseth on top of the perimeter. Looking down low. Up on top again, he'll go to Halquist. Backing out on Sterling. A little bit of a mismatch. They can't take advantage. Three-pointer from Pulse. Off the mark's no good. And Makai Marks comes down with it. He'll push it back up the court for Williston State. Inget with a long run out, and he's going to flip it up. That's going to be no good. Inget again with a steal. So he makes up for the missed shot. Johnson will get it underneath to Sterling. Sterling. Spin move, he loses the handle, regains control, drop step, flips it up and in. Two more for Rick Sterling. And Sterling now up to 22 points in the game. As he looks to continue on his fantastic evening here in Williston. Olsen has it, swings it over to McDermott on the far wing, down to the corner to Halquist. Works it up on top against Johnson. Drives on Sterling, he's going to be kicked out of bounds by Marks. Defense has been the name of the game for Williston State as they look to continue to pour it on early or late and often. Flip pass goes up on top to Rolseth, swings it over to McDermott. McDermott back to Rolseth on top, looking for Halquist, can't find him. Finally get a give and go against Inget, can be tipped by Olsen. Heaved up at the buzzer, no good. Off the hand of Pruitt. Long pass to Marks, he reels it in. He'll send it back to Johnson. Johnson thought about a three-pointer. He'll back down against the defender. Little turnaround, fadeaway jumper, up no good. Sterling with the board. He'll flip it up and in. Two more for Rex. 24 and all four of the second half points for Williston State. Pruitt slowing things down across the timeline. Up on top. And Sterling's going to be whistled for the foul. Try to tip it out of Rolseth's hands and got a little bit of a body. And instantly he know it. Looking over to Coach Herman saying, I know I screwed up on that one, and Coach Herman still using that as an example to coach up some of his guys on smart defense. Inbound pass comes up on top to McDermott. He'll set up the half-court set for Rocky. Hands it off to Halquist, working his way around the top of the perimeter, driving on Marks. Pull-up jumper from the elbow. That is going to be up and good for Nate Halquist. The mid-range jumper. And an inbound pass is going to result in a foul on John Pruitt. First team foul for Rocky here in this second half. Second personal on Pruitt. Inbound pass goes to Inget. Back from Johnson to Inget. Across the timeline, weave through traffic. Sterling on top of the perimeter. Olsen weaving through. Step back onto the three-point line. Mark now drives into the paint. He'll flip through. He's going to be blocked from behind. Gets his own rebound. Looking to put it back up and in. Sterling with a putback and 6 points. And all 6 points for the Tetons in the second half for Rex Sterling. 72-32. Tetons up by a full 40 with 17:30 left to go in the second. Drive and kick over to McDermott. He rises and fires, won't hit anything. Marks comes down with it. Johnson over up to Olsen. Rolls for the alley-oop, and Olsen can't handle a lob pass. Out of bounds it goes. And a little bit of a missed time on that one. A little later in the season, and that would likely be an easy highlight flush for the sophomore Will Olsen. Halquist back up on top. He'll kick it over to McDermott. McDermott swing pass now, a little malfunction. The junction ends up with an Inget steal. Inget running the court with Sterling. Gets the big man on the perimeter out to Marks. Marks drives baseline, and there's going to be a blocking foul called on Nate Halquist. That'll be the second team foul. And we'll have a couple of subs now coming in for Williston State. Checking out will be Inget. And out is Inget and Olsen. In is McDonald as well as Yambi. There's going to be a tip pass away by Pruitt. Working on Marks. Uses body, nothing there. And going to kick it back up to Sterling. 3-on-2 break over to Johnson. Has to reel it in. Has Sterling underneath, can't find it. Over fires. Yambi, no good. Tipped up, tipped around again. It'll be off the hands of McDonald and out of bounds. And McDonald had to reach up again. The rim had been knocked out of alignment, so McDonald reached it up, and I think it caught several people off guard. There was some gasp from the stands. Now back up the court comes Rocky. McDermott across the timeline, guarded by Johnson. High post. He'll go up on top, throws it back to McDermott. Looking to drive on Sterling, kicks it back out to the corner. Pulls with a three-pointer. That's going to be up and good. Carson falls with another three ball for Rocky. 72-35. Marks in the corner. Looks to return the favor. That one's no good. McDonald with the board. Gets it underneath to Sterling. Kicks it back up on top to Johnson for three. Got it to go in Johnson. Three-pointer for the Tetons, back up to a 40-point advantage. Up the court, Halquist driving, cut off by Yambi. Good defense in transition. Halquist still trying to run around the perimeter. Pulse for another three-pointer, no good. Sterling comes down to the board, flips it up to Marks. Tetons have a chance to run with it. They get it out to McDonald, a deep three, off the mark, no good. And they pulled down by Pulse. A little long-range barrage by both teams now. Mid-range jumper from Halquist. That's off, no good. Be pulled down by Johnson. He'll push it off. Now kick it over to Yambi. Three Tetons set to check in on the next stop. Over three-pointer now from Sterling. That's off the marks, no good. And it was McDermott got away with a push of Johnson underneath. And now coming back up is going to be Pruitt. Pruitt driving on McDonald. Up, no good. McDonald comes down with the rebound. Back up comes McDonald on top of the perimeter. He's going to fire one from range, and that one will rattle out no good. Teton taking a bunch of three-pointers. Only one of them went down. Pruitt now will step back to the perimeter. He'll fire another one, and that one will go down. So Pruitt with the second three-pointer of the half. It'll make it 75-38 with 15:01 left to go. We have a timeout on the court here from the Well in Williston. We'll take a break until action resumes. Back in action at the Well in Williston. Yambi, Massey, Leon, Kindle, McDonald, and Leon in the game. Massey has the ball up on top. He'll get it to McDonald, working his way to the paint. He has his pocket pick, gets it right back over to Massey. Yambi now in the corner to Kindle. Big pump fake, step back, three-pointer, hand down, man down. Just couldn't get it to fall. Tetons again going with a three-point barrage. Have yet to have many hit. They've taken about 6 or 7. Only one is hit. That was an Ian Johnson three-pointer a couple of minutes ago. Up on top, Leon just about had a poke away. It hit Yambi in the back. And another three-pointer coming on. That's Pole's third three-pointer of the half for the Bears. They have now hit 9 in the game. Yambi on top, pulls up for a mid-range jumper. That one won't go. Leon with the rebound, puts it back up and in for the lead with 6 points in the game. Back at the court, McDonald. He'll slow things down. Sub set to come in for the Bears on the next stop. High post to Chappelle, stolen away by Leon. Here comes the run up and run down for Freedom. Leon throws it down with authority as he now has 8. Freedom making his presence felt coming in off the bench. McDermott just about with his pocket pick. He goes for a little shotgun move. That results in a turnover. Kindle coming in up to Yambi. He'll tiptoe, tight walk around, and he's going to stumble on the floor. Looked a little dangerous, but he's back up on his feet. We have a couple of subs coming into the game. Out is going McDermott. Coming in for him is Kunkalo. Another sub. We'll let you know who it is when we come get back and play. We'll tell who's going to be in, who's going to be out. While we have this moment of break, we will have another sponsor we'd like to talk about here you're looking for reliable professional service for your business, look no further than One Core Services. They specialize in optimizing operations, enhancing productivity, and ensuring safety across all facets of your business. Whether you need high-pressure pumps, hydraulic acid, or bulk chemicals, they've got you covered. At One Core Services, they tailor solutions that fit your unique needs, helping you save time and money. Ready to take your production to the next level? Call them today, 701-774-1105. One Core Services, LLC, trusted partners for success in the oil and gas industry. 13:42 left to go on the American State Bank scoreboard here for Well in Williston. Tetons up 79-41. Had a little bit of a slow start here to this second half as they settled for a bunch of long-range three-pointers that have only gotten one in so far. That was by Ian Johnson. 6 points in the half by Rex Sterling, 4 by Freedom Leon. Over for Rocky Mountain, they've had 3 three-pointers go into them by Pulse. Now up on top. Going to get a little give and go down underneath over to Kunkal, and he's going to have it trapped. Going to be tipped away by Massey. He's off to the races. One man to beat. Going to flip it up at the rim and put back by McDonald. Josiah McDonald now in double digits at 11 points. Tetons up by 40, 81-41. 13-15 left to go in the game. Hallquist has it up on top. So Pulse now working his way around. Looking to find an opening. Howell's not open. Gets to the top of the perimeter. Another forced three-pointer this time by Pulse. Long outlet to McDonald. Gives it back to Massey. He goes from range. No good. Leon can't quite get a hand on the ball. And back comes. It's McDonald tips it away, but into the hands of Howell. Hit back over to Pulse. He goes from range again. That one off the mark. No good. Yambi comes down with the ball. Yambi pushing up the court for Williston State. Now Leon driving in the lane. Kicks it out in the corner. McDonald drives. And he's going to lose the ball up on top over to Yambi. Underneath it's going to go to Massey. Massey to Kindle. Kindle drives baseline. Good ball movement by the Tetons, and Kindle will lose it on his way up. Looking for contact. That wasn't there. Back comes Rocky. Hallquist has it on top of the perimeter. He'll pick up a screen, and three-pointer on the way. No good. Leon with the rebound for Williston State. There's going to be a steal underneath by Howell, and Howell gets a circus shot to go. And that'll be a foul on Freedom Leon. Here with 12:10 left to go, making it 81-43. So now it will be at the line, Ben Howell, to try to complete the three-point play. Now at the stripe for 1 of 1. On the way and good. He completes a three-point play to make it 81-44. Leon gets it in the high post, looking to drive, flips one up. That's going to be no good. Trying to come down with his own rebound. He'll get it. Second effort, gets it underneath to McDonald, who puts it back up and in. McDonald with 4 points in the half. He has 13 now in the game. Hallquist pushing up the court. Hobbs set to check in for the Tetons at the next stop. Long pass up on top to Kunkal. Has it picked away from him. Long pass out. There comes McDonald. Highlight play. Windmill jam up and in. Josiah McDonald. And he is feeling it here in this second half. 85-43. Up on top we go to Tilsey. Tilsey just had it poked away again by Kindle. Hit the ref's foot, and that kept it in, but Kindle looks to have hurt something, and he is down in a lot of pain, grabbing his right hamstring. So a tough break for the Tetons. So hopefully just a tweak there for Demetric Kindle as he pops up and comes out immediately. So we hope for the best of him as the trainer here for the Tetons. Will be up and checking on him. Coming in for him is Eden Hobbs. Back comes Rocky on top of the perimeter. Hallquist has it, swings it over to Pulse. Pulse working around, looking to drive. Lose the ball out of bounds, and they're going to give it back to the Bears. Another sub coming in, checking out of the game is Ben Yambi. Carson Hare coming back into the game. Hare comes in. He has 2 points so far in the game. Pass up on top will go to the Bears to Tilsey. Tilsey serving. Looking to going to drive on Leon. Nothing there. Massey just about with a steal, poked it away. Lost his footing and couldn't recover. There's going to be a pump fake by Howell. He forces up a three off the backboard, no good. Hare comes down with it. He's looking to push it up the court past Howell. He'll pull it back up on top to Leon. Leon with a straightaway three-pointer, no good. Massey with a big strip, and he pulls it up. He's going to hit the ground hard, but he'll be popped right back up. And a good sign that Kindle is walking up and around. He's a little bit tender in his right leg, but hopefully that just a little bit of a tweak and nothing serious that'll cause him to miss some significant time, as the first free throw for Richard Massey is going to miss. A couple of substitutions coming in. Out of the game is going Pulst. Coming in for him is Razor. And also checking out is Halquist. Coming back in for the Bears is Pruitt. Second free throw, up and no good, over to that trip. Here comes a drive now by Howell, gets in the paint, and it's going to be scramble on the ground. Finally comes away for Hare. He'll get it off to Olsen, who's freshly checked into the game in between those free throws. Massey has it up on top. Now he'll swing through on top of the perimeter. Over to Hobbs. Baseline drive. He'll hang through contact, and he can't quite reel it back in. They're going to give it back to the Bears here with 10-13 left to go. Now 85-43. Rex Sterling checks back into the game, as does in for Freedom Leon. Now up on top, also Ian Johnson coming in. Came in for McDonald. Three-pointer coming up. No good. It'll be a scramble for the ball. Johnson will come down with it. He'll push it up the court to Hare. In the corner. Looks to swing through. Cut off on the baseline. Looking down low. Finds Hobbs all alone. What a pass by Hare to find the cutting Hobbs for an easy 2 points. 87-43. Under 10 minutes left to go in the second half. And there's going to be a kickball called on Will Olsen again. Will Olsen might lead the nation in kick balls, as he is a very, very active defender. Inbound pass comes to McDonald. Comes into McDermott, who's freshly back into the game for the Bears. Crossing over is going to be Kunkal in the paint. He'll swing it over to Resort. Gets into the paint. He's going to flip it up. No good. Pulled down by Hobbs. Kicks it off over to Hare. Pushes it back up the court. Hands the ball off to Olsen. Up on top to Hobbs. Looks to drive again. Takes off through contact. Sterling again with a putback up and in. Rick Sterling now with 28 points in the game, as the Tetons continue to cruise 89-43 on the American State Bank scoreboard. McDermott hands it off on top to Razor. Now hands the ball off to Pruitt. Step back three-pointer on the way, and Pruitt gets it to drain in there for three more. He has 10 points in the game to lead the Bears in scoring. Hobbs again hands it off to Johnson. Johnson curls through, gets into the paint, throws one up, gets it to drop. Ian Johnson hoop to the harm. And if he can make this free throw, he will be up to 10 points in the game. So coming out of the game is going to be Will Olsen for the Tetons. Checking in for him is going to be number 10, Carter Smith, to see his first action. Free throw for Johnson is going to be up and good. So Johnson now with 10 points in the game. Pruitt gets it on the high post over to Tilsey. Tilsey gets it back along the perimeter. He'll let one go from range, and that's going to be good. Tilsey with a three-pointer. The fifth three-pointer of the half for the Bears. Still 8.5 left to go. They're 11th overall in the game. Hobbs drives, loses the ball on the ground. Looking to drive it out, finds Hare. Hare puts it on the deck. Behind his back pass over to Sterling. Loose ball to Johnson for three. Open, no good. Put back by Hobbs. As the Tetons still cleaning up the glass in this one. 92-49. Back at the court come the Bears. Kunkal driving, and there's going to be a reach and foul called on Hare. Here with 8 minutes on the dot exactly left to go in this one. Makai Marks will come in for Hobbs. Robs, who had a fantastic stretch in both the first and the second half, now get a break off the bench. Passing to go up on top, finding Kunkal as the Bears look to fill up the scoreboard from deep again. Kunkal driving on Hare. Work his way through, turnaround jumper up, no good. Johnson with the board. Pump fake, he'll get it back to Hare. Sterling running the court in front of the point. He'll set up a big screen. Hare looking for the give and go, nothing there. He gets a big push underneath, no good. Sterling tips it up, but it'll be pulled down by Pruitt. He's off to the races, 2-on-1 break. And that'll be out of bounds as it was Razor who flared to the perimeter for a three when Pruitt thought he was going to cut in towards the basket. And now Hare again comes up the court for the Tetons. He pushes over to the wing, hands it off to Marks. Marks, spin move, gets into the paint, floats one up, and that'll be up and in. Makai Marks with his first points of the game as the Tetons increase their lead, 96-49. And a 360 layup attempt through traffic by Razor is attempting to get away from Johnson. Ends up hitting nothing. Back out to Johnson on the run out. Three-pointer in. Johnson for three more. Now with 13 points in the game. So Johnson had himself a ball game. Back come the Bears. Pruitt throws one up, and he's going to draw the foul. He'll go to the line for two shots. Ian Johnson has hit both three-pointers in the half for Williston State. As we have immediate timeout here on the court. And we come back, two free throws coming up for John Pruitt and Rocky Mountain College. We'll be back here in just a minute. Basketball exclusively on the Williston State College YouTube page. Coming out of the timeout, John Pruitt will be at the stripe for a pair of free throws. Freedom Leon back in the game for Rex Sterling. Also checking back in for Carter Smith, number 23, Ben Yambi, as Pruitt misses the first of two. We'll have one more coming. 99-49, Tetons up 50 points with 6:51 left to go in the game. Pruitt second of two on the way. That one rattles home and good. He goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. Long pass goes out to Marks across the timeline. Marks driving. He'll kick it out. Johnson thought about another three-pointer. Kicks it up instead to Marks. Now over to Yambi on the wing. Drives baseline. Kicks through. Up on top. It'll go. Here comes a drive for the Tetons. Up no good with the floater. And back come the Bears. They get it down. Layup, and there's going to be a foul by Ian Johnson. Last miss on the layup was by Carter Smith. And Johnson will pick up the foul. That will put Kunkal at the line for a pair. It's Kunkal, Pruitt, Tilsey, Razor, as well as number 11, Kason Hardy, into the game for Rocky. First free throw is going to be up and good for Kunkal. We'll have one more coming from the stripe. It was 6.5 left to go on the American State Bank scoreboard. Next one on the way. That one will rattle in as well. Perfect trip from the line. Long pass out to Marks from Yambi again. Tetons looking to do work. Swing the ball over to Smith on the perimeter. Back to Marks. Looking to drive on Pruitt. Spin move. Lays it up, and he's going to be blocked on his way up. Down into the hands of Hardy. He'll push it up. And back comes this Bears team, stolen by Yambi. He's out of the races. Pruitt looking to chase him down, and it's going to be a layup by Yambi. And Yambi now puts the Tetons over the century mark, 101-52. Pruitt crossing over on Marks on the perimeter. More Tetons set to check in. Pruitt with a fadeaway mid-range jumper up, no good. Johnson comes down with the board. He'll get it off to Yambi. Smith running the court, looking for the ball. Flares out to the perimeter, and Yambi has it stripped away from him. 5:34 left to go. We'll have Makai March checking out of the game for the Tetons. Ayo Owaro checking in for the first time. Inbound pass comes to Johnson. Now to Yambi. Hesitation, now he'll drive. Gets the runner up, no good. Leon with the rebound, put back up and in. 2 more for Freedom. Leon, he's into double digits with 10 points. Back comes a three-pointer from Hardy, and that one's going to be up and good. Kason Hardy hits the 12th three-pointer of the game for this Bears squad. Yambi marching back up the court for the Tetons. Johnson on top. He'll step into a long three-pointer. Off the mark, no good. Pruitt's going to come down with it. Tetons a little bit hesitational to get into it. Ayo is going to pick up the foul as Pruitt was trying to hesitation dribble through traffic. 5:10 left to go here in the game as the Tetons have a commanding 103-55 lead over Rocky Mountain. Back at the court comes Kinkal. Works his way up, hands the ball off. Up on top of the perimeter, long three-pointer, and that one is good by Carson Pulst. Back up come the Tetons, 103-58. Ian Johnson working his way along the perimeter, hands it off to Ayo. Ayo driving, he's going to lose it on the way up. Freedom, Leon gets the ball, puts it back up and in. 2 more for Freedom. And that'll put the Tetons up now 105-58. Hardy with the ball on the near wing, looking for Pulse, who has it tipped away, gets it back. Leon with a steal. He's going to whip it off the foot of Hardy, and they're going to say he just missed the foot. As Freedom tried a sensational play. Yambi's going to check out the game, coming back in. His hair. A good sign to see Kindle back on the bench for Williston State. Well, he's unlikely to see any more action. He had a great game. Kinkal with a little running jumper. Up, no good. Good defense by Carter Smith on the play. Hare pushes it back up the court. Now to Johnson on the far wing. Hare, pump fake. Underneath to Leon. Pump fake. Got a man up in the air. And 2 more for Freedom. They'll push it back up. 107-58. Tetons up by 49. Pruitt waiting for a teammate to come help. Kinkal now has it on the wing. Over to Hardy. Hardy pushes it over end of the perimeter to Pruitt. He's going to drive, looking for Hardy, who loses it off his feet, out of bounds, back to the Tetons. Substitute coming in now for the Bears. Checking in for number 22 is Tristan Chappell. He checks in for Tilsey. As Hare gets it off to Johnson. He walks up to the near wing. Back out to Smith. Lets it fly right away. Smith knocks it down. Carter Smith with his first bucket of the game, and it's a triple. Tetons have their largest lead of the game. 52 points, 110-58. Back comes Pulse, working his way, looking to get around Ayo. Little running layup. What an English shot on that one from Pulse. That was just the third 2-point basket of the half for this Bears squad. Johnson behind his back dribble, looking for Smith. Gets it on top of the perimeter. Smith looking to break down a defender. He's going to drive, kicks it off to Ayo. He's going to be tipped out of bounds by Pruitt. And he'll stay with Williston State. With 3:17 left to go in the game. Inbound pass to Johnson, back to Hare. Picks up a screen from Leon. Hare back to Leon on top of the perimeter. He's going to try his hand from distance. That's no good. Johnson with the tip ball, and it'll be pulled down. Ayo gets the board, working his way through traffic. Throws one up, no good. He pulled down again by the Bears. They'll get it off on the perimeter to Hardy. He'll find it, get it in motion for Chappelle. Loses it. Hare with the rebound. Hobson to check back in on the next stop for Williston State. Hare now get it over to Leon. Leon holds it up, gets it over to Ayo on the perimeter. Leon sets up for a screen. Ayo on the drive. Through traffic again, this time no good. Gets his own rebound, and he's going to be blocked from behind. He wanted a foul. Let me get back on defense now, closing in on 2.5. Pulse with it. Shimmy and shake, sidesteps, three-pointer. And Carson Pulse will hit another three-pointer for the Bears. They're 14th of the game. Here racing up the sideline. Gets it across now to Johnson. Behind his back dribble, Johnson drives. Reverse layup up and good. Ian Johnson now up to 15 in the game. Williston State up 112-63. Quick three-pointer come back the other way. Missed from Pulse as that'll be down to Hare. As he'll cross the timeline, just about lost the ball in the backfield with no one close to him. Kicks it off to Johnson. Johnson hands it to Smith. Cross court to Hare. Looking down low. Hare drives. Flips it underneath to Leon, who puts it up and Freedom with 2 more. He has now 16 in the game. And there's going to be a timeout called just for substitutions, as Hobbs will come in for Johnson. So Eden Hobbs, who has 13 himself, will sub in for Ian Johnson, who's up to 16. And just a quick substitution timeout. We continue on now with $1:48 left to go in the ball game. Tetons cruising to a victory. Coming up across the timeline is Concall. Crosses over against Smith, picks up a screen, driving on Leon, flips one up and gets it to drop. Concall uses his body to block the big man from getting to the ball. 114-65. Hobbs has it over to Ayo up on top, crosses over, a little bit of shimmy. He's going to drive, kicks it up on top to Hare. Hare's going to drive. He's going to go through traffic. Lots of scrappy play and no good. Leon again will get it, put it back up and in. 2 more for Freedom. He's up to 18 in the game. Back up the court comes the Bears and Concall. They'll pick up a screen. Smith does a good job fighting underneath it. Hardy slipped through, no good. It'll be picked up by Hare. Back in the Tetons, and we're under 1 minute left to play here in the game. Hobbs has the ball, gets it over to Ayo, crosses over. Ayo driving, hangs, floats, and gets it in there. Ayo Owaro with his first bucket of the game. Tetons up 118-65. Here comes a drive by the Bears. Flips it up on top to Pruitt. Pruitt shaking and baking on Hare. Hare with a great on-ball defense. Pruitt drives into the hands. Flips it up to Hobbs. Hobbs has it tipped away. Coach Herman saying, hey, let's slow things down. You don't need to push anymore. We'll go back to the Bears. 1/10 of a second between the shot clock and the game clock. The Tetons get it back. That'll be the last play of the game. Reverse layup's going to be put up and in by Hardy. As now the Tetons can dribble this last one out. And Carson Hare will cross the timeline. The Tetons are going to come away with a massive 118-67 victory here at home. But at what cost, as Dimitri Kindle will have to see how he is. He may miss a few games. If it's a hamstring injury, he may miss a few weeks, and hopefully he's able to return. A little hobbled as he goes through the handshake line. The Tetons improved to 4-2 overall on the season, and they have what may be their largest test of the season coming up tomorrow against Northern Idaho. It'll be a tough one again for the Tetons. That's going to be it for the game. We're going to take a quick look at the scoring totals before we send you on your way. Looking at Rocky Mountain and the Bears. Carson Pulse led the way in scoring. He had 14 points in the game. John Pruitt with 11 points. 7 points in come from Mateus Concall. 6 points from Aiden Tilsey. 5 from Ben Howells. 3 from Kyle McDermott. 3 from Ben Rolseth. 5 from Casey Hardy. 4 from Nate Holquist. And 2 from Brady Roser. For the 67 points scored by the Bears here in this one. Rocky Mountain hit 14 three-pointers in the game, and those three-point shooting kept them as close as it did here in this second half. Although they were throwing up some wild shots and were able to hit some. The Tetons, just too much offense, too much defense here in this one. Looking at the scoring for Williston State, Rex Sterling, who sat about the last 12 minutes of the game, finished with 28 points in the contest. Freedom Leon with 18 points. Ian Johnson with 15. Cy McDonald with 15. Aiden Hobbs with 13. Will Olsen had 6. Dimitri Kindle had 7. And Yanni with 4. Ayo Owaro with 2. Makai Marks with 2. Carter Smith with 3. Richard Massey with 3. And Carson Hare with 2 points. Also playing but not scoring, Tyson Inkett. And Tyson, Mr. Do-It-All, but he loves to feed his teammates and get them all to fill the stat sheet. So, and looking at the plus-minus here for the game to show how each person did and what the team was and how much they pulled ahead or fell behind. Leading the way for Williston State, Rex Sterling, a game high, plus 33. Carson Hare, a plus 32. Will Olsen with a plus 30. Tetons getting contributions up and down the roster. They'll have to try and come up with another big output on both ends of the court against a very, very good Northern Idaho squad. And talking to Coach Herman here before the game, definitely be one of the better teams, if not the best team, they'll play all season long. That's going to be it for this edition of Teton Athletics right here on the Williston State YouTube page. I'd like to thank all the Teton sponsors for helping make this and all of these broadcasts possible for all of Williston State College Teton Athletics. Until next time, sports fans, I'm Mike Woodard.
Who would have done that, though?
That's a little cold. No, that's a little cold. I had to turn up just a little bit.
It was just having
No, that was cold.
See you, Ryan.
That sounds like something you...
Yeah.
I might have been the one that said
Your wife was she was...
Jen comes in the other day and...
I need to fill in your place.